Peace. Kevin L. Black World Order. B.W.O. We own that. Just wanted to get on, surf around a little bit. I don't know if you can hear that beat in the background, but one of my sons is writing to that. It's gonna be dope. But let's take a look around. It's been wild out here in the 7 cities, 757. Motherfuckers had a tornado and a hailstorm. Now it's raining. Hold on, let me pull it up. So you can see. Possible tornado destroys church in Chesapeake. By Emily Satchel. Oh, this is right up. This is up the road. Significant damage to Chesapeake Church on Centerville Turnpike. Let's see. Let's see this first. While we're waiting on that. Chesapeake, Virginia. A church in Chesapeake was destroyed after a storm moved through the area Friday afternoon. The National Weather Service, NWS, received reports from law enforcement that a tornado touched down in the 900 block of Centerville Turnpike, severely damaging the real-life Christian church. Photos from Wavy viewers show some of the church's roof torn off and part of the building collapsed. The church posted on Facebook asking for prayers, but telling people to stay away from the area. It says the Virginia Department of Emergency Management is assisting Chesapeake fire crews with damage assessments. 10 on Your Side is working to learn more about this developing story. Stay with Wavy.com for updates. It's Wavy. And this church, the real life church, ironically, is right up the road. Wow. That was from the tornado. Vortex. Right? Isn't the tornado a vortex? See, Google. Everything is at your disposal right now. All this information is at your fingertips. Let's see. Vortex in nature. dynamics too, right? Let's look up vortex. Since the vortex is going to be opening, the vortex just open. So in fluid dynamics, a vortex is a region in a fluid in which the flow rotates around an axis line, which may be straight or curved. The plural of vortex is either vortices or vortexes. Vortices formed in stirred fluids and may be observed in phenomena such as smoke rings, whirlpools in the wake of a boat, or the wind surrounding a tornado or dust devil. Vortices are a major component of turbulent flow. The distribution of velocity, vorticity, the curl of the flow velocity, as well as the concept of circulation are used to characterize vortices. In most vortices, the fluid flow velocity is greatest next to its axis and decreases in inverse proportion to the distance from the axis. In the absence of external forces, viscous friction within the fluid tends to organize the flow into a collection of irrotational vortices, possibly superimposed to larger scale flows, including larger scale vortices. Once formed, vortices can move, stretch, twist, and interact in complex ways. A moving vortex carries with it some angular and linear momentum, energy, and mass. So as we see, tornadoes can indeed and are vortexes. So that means several vortexes opened when that storm came through in what was it, Pennsylvania? What was it, like 20 vortexes or 20 tornadoes? Hold on, let's get that right. Let's see. February 18th, right? Let's see. Alright. I don't know, that was down on Louisiana and all that. I don't know why I thought he was on North. Yeah. 7 of Louisiana. So, vortexes are definitely opening. Is it a good thing? Well, on land there's usually destruction involved. Water? I don't know. Although I've seen water vortexes, I haven't seen whirlpools, which is a different vortex. You know what I mean? A different density vortex, if you will. I mean, because water is a different density than the air, right? I don't know, but that's you know what I mean, storms is popping off. You know what I mean, which always brings back to mind because it happened so quickly. It's just to let, you know what I mean, people know how precarious this thing is. Comfortable in your comfortability. You know what I mean? We all guilty of it to a degree. You know what I mean? But every now and again, you get those quick messages to hopefully help us put life in perspective. You know what I mean? So what else is popping off on my YouTube timeline? Let's see, we got the new Black World Order. That's the brother that's in Richmond. Talking about New WAPO, the science doesn't belong to Dr. York. Yeah, it's that whole situation right there is funny. Being that I read the scrolls, the tablets, you know, those books, those writings. I went and visited Tamaray, Egypt of the West, you know what I mean, as it was called, twice. Once before the Oswald Mir was put up, and then again when the Oswald Mir was erected or built, you know what I mean? Irregardless to how you are experiencing, you know what I mean, this situation, the bottom line is the message. Y'all still beefing about the messenger. It's not many people that ain't got no dirt with them or whatever, you know what I mean, have been offensive, to make it simple, to keep it simple, have offended brothers, sisters, friends, cousins, mothers, you know what I mean, all that shit. So I don't know, but what I do see is a whole lot of that information that was made available, you mean, to us all, sometimes for free, sometimes for a price. Ultimately, it was all for a price. So all the information was gathered by all the people that maybe at the time you were not reading about, or maybe you were reading about through some of the other master teachers, you know what I mean, who came through with their information. People who did their research, people who studied. But saying that, what do you usually study? Right? The readings and writings, you know what I mean, of people who wrote before you about what you're trying to write about or what you're trying to understand. I don't know. A lot of positivity came out of negative energy. It is what it is. It is the energy, and it is how the energy operates. It's playing out in front of us every day, all day. For lack of better ways to put that shit, because all this shit is stuff that we were taught. You know what I mean? Thoughts that was given to us. Taught and thought and all that shit, you know what I mean? We here now. I wasn't there in what they call Egypt. That is obviously you know what I mean, on the island called Africa, you know what I mean, and a whole bunch of other brand names and shit, you know what I mean, for businesses and corporations that were set up there. The tribes people who still maintain ties with the tone or the vibration of this planet, you know what I mean, and emanated, you know what I mean, within their family as still tribes with their own customs and ways. What does it mean to them? I mean, ultimately, like I said, all this shit was placed upon us. You know what I mean? Taught to us, shown to us, images, sounds, words, definitions. Not many of us have dissected cadavers. Maybe you have. I personally have not. Why would I want to? That's just me. That's just me. You know what I mean? I understand that it was written about, and they say that they have gotten bodies from these tombs with particular organs missing, which is funny because what are we seeing and what is also being talked about now? You know what I mean? Harvesting and, you know what I mean, selling of organs and melanin and all this shit, which goes back or don't go back nowhere. It is business. You know what I mean? Everything here has been monetized and given a monetary value. You know what I mean? It has become a resource. Everything. You can believe a whole planet, or plane, or whatever though. I mean, whatever you want to call it, can be hijacked and monetized. Think about that. I give it thought every now and again. Oh no, I was just bugging. You know what I mean? B.W.O. shit that we be on. What's up, son?
Yeah, postal papers.
The what?
The postal paper.
Postal code. Oh,
Yeah.
23464.
Oh, so it just is now. Okay, so it's okay.
Yeah, that was my son's car. We got the cat Sphinx in the house. Funny story about the cat. Maybe I'll tell it to you at another moment. Or another upload, which I haven't uploaded yet. These are just being archived. But speaking of uploads, that's the other thing. I'm starting to see, like I said, a lot of the students of these master teachers putting up the work of their masters. You know what I mean? And you can sometimes follow a vibration, you know what I mean, and watch how it moves. Because while I'm watching that, my son is also watching Kung Fu Panda on that particular day. That was on yesterday, for lack of a better memory. You know what I mean? Is what it is now. Kung Fu Panda was on, you know what I mean, and dealing with the student and the master. And a lot of this is dealing with students and masters, student master teachers, students and master teachers. You know what I mean? But the thing about this that just came through is that all these master teachers are males or men. You know what I mean? We don't see any women master teachers. And that's the first master teacher, like for real. Because she's the first to teach who will eventually become a master of him or herself. You know what I mean? And then we have to get to self. What is self? You know what I mean? What are you identifying as the self? You know what I mean? Because all these people outside of ourselves are trying to identify, you know what I mean, ourselves, or asking us to identify ourselves. You know what I mean? Which makes no sense. None of it makes any sense. You know what I mean? When you step back and look at it. But we'll get to that. This is just me talking, letting my voice be heard on this platform. I would have been content for real to just sit back and just listen and observe. But now all our voices are going to have to be heard. You just have to let it all hang out. So that's what it is right now. Talk to my sons about this now. You know what I mean? When I say sons, don't think that I'm talking to little children. These are growing men. You know what I mean? Ranging in ages from 19 up to 30. So, as a father, I have a lot of ground to cover because we've been asleep. I mean, with a whole bunch of shit heaped on onto ourselves, a whole bunch of layers. You know what I mean, that we gotta peel away to get back to our true essence and self, and that will automatically bring forth true unity, because at that point you understand self's connection with this plane, this vibration. It also, you know what I mean, is like everybody putting up their works, you know what I mean, as a record, as if to be left. So just something that strikes me as I look across these timelines, because these are my programs. These are the programs that I selected, you know what I mean, and offshoots or things that are parallel or similar to those things, you know what I mean, that I searched out. You know what I mean, the algorithm, you know what I mean, that I typed into this AI. You know what I mean, I typed in specific things that I wanted to see. You know what I mean, as you can see. You know what I mean, Black Magic, Brother Sanchez, you know what I mean, the good brother Gregory Jackson, Eon, you know what I mean, with the financial knowledge and the knowledge of secure, knowledge of the straw man. Let's put it like that. It's a whole bunch of words involved in that. Minister Inky, Sangria, you know what I mean, with body health, you know what I mean, or the running efficiently, you know what I mean, of this vehicle and temple, you know what I mean, this movable vehicle. We will call, you know what I mean, your ship, your body. The Nuwapian Assassin, I checked that out. Yusuf El, I checked him out, you know what I mean? Also dealing with Straw Man, Fact the Mamakti, you know what I mean? The brother Gregory, his mate, powerful sister, of course, New Black World Order. It was only, you know, I was bound to come across them as I'm typing in our group, doing a Google search on our own site. See, NWPU, or, you know what I mean, check that out, and 59 posts, that's been like, it's coming, you know what I mean, like every 5 minutes is all the scrolls is coming up, boom, 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 boom. Baba TV everywhere, you know what I mean, all that conscious stuff, of course, like my Kung Fu shit, third phase of moon, on my, you know what I mean, the UFO and ET shit. I'm about to really, you know what I mean, rewind and go into that and start taking a closer look at that stuff. Jeranism and the flat earth, deprogrammed, the enlightener, you know what I mean, the secure party, you know what I mean, Cinema Sins, my son Giorgio turned me on to. Is looking at movies and just breaking down the obvious funny things that's missing, or the things that the movies like to leave your imagination to imply or to fill in. So that's why I watch that, you know what I mean? For cats that be breaking down, you know what I mean, movies, you know what I mean, like myself when I'm sitting watching it. It's always for entertainment because I'm always watching for a reason. And I know I'm watching for a reason. You know me, George Daka, Flat Earth, Chip Stacking, that's a brother in Newport News. I just got turned on to him. I mean, hip hop, Breakfast Club. You know what I mean? The normal stuff. These are the things that I sought out, and then the things that extended from it. So now, you know what I mean, you start to see what you have unfolded around yourself. And now, for me, Kevin L., I mean, and what I do in Black World Order is basically to code myself. I go through and I look at this stuff and I ask myself, well, why am I looking at this? And what is it really telling me? And how can it be applied to, you know what I mean, the situation right now, which is nobody's asking the question of all these people who are making these assumptions about us. Who the hell are you? I mean, what gives you authority? I hear you. I mean, when you talk about Constitution and documents and all that other shit, I get you. However, who are you? No different. You know what I mean? Just a simple question. But we'll get around to it. You know what I mean? Eventually. Always do. So, yeah, the Black World Order, the WAPU science, and that's dealing with the debate between the Wu Nuwapians or whatever and Tarnum Nupu, you know what I mean, proponent or a student, if you will, or a reader of Afro Uno, you know what I mean, and discrepancies about who authored what books, you know what I mean, and whose stuff is what stuff. I get it, you know what I mean, people need to be recognized for their contributions when you're talking about things that are going to go into the so-called history books. But you should take this as a lesson about what goes in history books and what controversies may have been happening then, you know what I mean, while those things were being, you know what I mean, recorded. You know what I mean? Shit doesn't change, man. The same program is going on. I don't know. Anyway, just wanted to hop on here, man, chop it up a little bit. I mean, show you a little bit of what's going on out here and just spit a little bit of what was on my mind. Again, Kevin L., B.W.O TV. We own that. 7 cities. All right.